is just fantastic.
So, after many years of not producing one, and having removed all the previous ones, I don't know if private or removed entirely as in deleted, although the internet is forever, Idubbzz came back with a new content cop. Now, I didn't think he'd ever do one again because of who he is now, unless it was heavily politically skewed, based on massive social change. I especially didn't think it would be against somebody that featured in his last content cop on Ricegum, or Asian Jake Paul, I believe he called him, and that's actually how I first heard of Ricegum and of Idubbzz, because of that diss track. Does it not start with, I want to be gay because you're effed and I want to savour it? Yes, I remember buying it on the Apple Store, in fact, because I thought it was that good. I found the Content Cop series to be highly entertaining, and it can still be argued to be entertaining to the right crowd. I am no longer that crowd, nor many of us for that matter, as his more recent victim is H3. Ethan Klein, more notably, I believe Hila was mentioned by name a couple times, but then relegated to the wife. She was not best impressed by that, as I've seen the reaction. What I thought I'd do is go through a few clips from it, and also Ethan Klein's response, and other people's response. Because people have an opinion, and some creators are large enough that maybe, their opinions carry some weight. The overarching opinion and perspective of this video is, it's not that great. The like to dislike is heavily divided. The comments are too, for that matter. But it can't be denied because of the state of the views on his channel, owing to inactivity and his desperate attempt to make Creator Clash work. It's a bit of a success in that respect. But since this is the first content cop on his channel, because the others are gone, was it really worth it though? Or, to quote him from the diss track, did it feel good though? That's a quote from Ricegum as well, isn't it? Yes, how quaint. This is an interesting one to go through. We'll go through first the moment Ethan found out about this, because he was live and did not know.
Well, what happened? There's more bad news?
I do have some more bad news for you. Some breaking news. Your old friend Idubbzz just released a video.
Yeah.
It's about you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. That is the... No, it can't be.
Well...
It actually can't be. Holy f... dude.
It sure is.
Oh my god.
In case you couldn't tell, Ethan and Idubbzz haven't spoken in a while. I don't think he expected it. Although, to be honest, I kinda did. I think a few people had speculated in Klein on Twitter, and I agreed with Ethan's not on Twitter, so, you don't really get his opinion there, you get it on Instagram. But many people believed it would be Ethan because of the massive shift they have both taken in their lives, the fork in the road. Apparently it's Israel and Hamas. And yes, I'm going to say Hamas and not Gaza because I know there's a massive distinction what's going on right now, and it causes so much negativity. I'm going to take the side of David Draymond on this one, of Disturbed, who just wants dialogue. That's all I want to see. I want peace to be achieved, and I want Hamas to be eradicated, but I'm a bit too idealist on that one. If you haven't seen David Draymond of Disturbed on Twitter, he's remarkably mature. Well, these days anyway. Continuing with Ethan though.
Holy fuck.
And from a quick scrub through, I think, well, it's going to be a little spicy.
Let's watch it. I mean, so like the thing is like, this guy went from saying he didn't want to get involved to supporting people calling CPS, like associating with people calling CPS on my family. An atmosphere where someone like Bad Empanada is being platformed by people like Matt Lieb and Denims, who are friends with...
I should state, as I have watched the content cop, it's a bit long, but you know what? Long overdue, I guess, right? Sure. Idubbzz does acknowledge he considers Ethan and Hila to be good parents. He also says the majority of those that are detractors of Ethan's would say the same. I disagree with that.
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a f if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids, Ethan and Hila didn't kill their dog. No one would care. The only person who would care is me, because I'm like, why did I tweet this out? I'm not tweeting out because I'm not your lapdog. That's why I'm not tweeting it out.
This is where what Idubbzz says in the video does not align with his actions before the video's release. One of many contradictions that gets highlighted by everyone, along with calling this content slop and phoned in recession hitting, which makes sense. His views aren't that great these days. Better than mine, of course, but that's not difficult. But a recession for him would make some sense, hence the video, although if political skewing did influence this video, well, I can't wait for more. phoned-in content.
It looks like they're both in the video.
Check the description.
Oh my God! Like what? What? Like what? Why? What would I do to like what kind of, like, bro? What kind of cowardly is this? Like, we have one disagreement where I get upset because you guys aren't defending me publicly after everything I've done to support you guys.
Isn't that a great thing about the internet? I've discovered over the many years of being on this platform that people are snakes. It is why, for the most part, I don't associate with many creators. Those that have conviction, I think, are worth time and are worth friendship. There aren't many of those left, and rather aggravatingly for someone like Ethan, who has gone through a massive shift because of what's been going on in Israel, he would have thought those friends nearest him would stand by him, and Idubbzz was, for a time, one of them. I'm going to skip to another clip from H3's podcast episode, where another discussion comes up.
You know what's funny? I genuinely think that Sam Hyde broke Ian. And when he told me, he was like, he came and he
That was
like,
such a bizarre chapter.
He says, I'm doing a documentary on Sam Hyde. I told him, and Anissa was here. I said, that's a huge mistake. Do not do it. You guys, I don't know who, I said, do not do it. Like, trust me. Because Sam's the type of guy who's going to get the best of you, really, no matter what.
Is it strange that I agree with this? The whole Sam Hyde debacle, especially when it came to like Creator Clash 2, was hilarious to me. First of all, Sam Hyde wanted, after Creator Clash 1, to fight Hassan Piker, who acts big tough on the internet, but when it came to being challenged, he actively said no, because Sam Hyde is bigger than him, bigger head, can take a punch, actually backs up what he says, and he backed it up well, it cannot be denied.
And it turns out he did, and he's even crazier than Ian anticipated.
Right.
He absolutely, I think it just broke him. And I mean, Sam Hyde's like super ultra right, so maybe he's just, I don't know. I'm like Sam Hyde now, apparently.
I was kind of expecting you to be compared more to Froggy Fresh after that, but you know what? We'll let that slide. We'll move on to another part, because Ethan isn't done. His show, there were 34,000 people watching this live. People were loving this.
Could make you snap. That could make you go postal.
By the way, this is what I don't think I have anything accountable, but I'm going to look at the criticism and respond to it. This is what this looks like. Hassan still will not watch the content nuke. And by the way, when he watches clips of it, he needs someone else to hold his hand and prepare the responses for him to agree with.
Yeah, if you didn't know, Hassan Piker features in the Content Cop, as does Frogan, as does Denims. Basically, if you look at the description, you'll see just an array of people that don't like Ethan Klein. And his wife too, dubbed The Wife, but mostly Ethan. It's interesting to me when it comes to criticizing Hila in this, because they do go a bit flaccid for the most part. They relegate her because they know she's not a joke. We can criticize the Kleins as much as you like, really. There's nothing wrong with criticism. But when it comes to the detractors, not one of them has served, not one of them has ever been to this area of the world they are also adamantly against. They do not understand the culture, yet they will all sit there on their high horses, even one that is a 2-time rising star streamer, yes, I'm aware of that, we'll get to her in a minute, don't you worry, and preach as if they can understand the vastly more complicated geopolitical and religious issues. Oh, and terrorism. They don't get it because they're sympathizers. And yes, I'll happily say Hassan Piker's that. He does struggle with original thought. If you ever watch his live streams, there is more dead air than there is conversation, because the man doesn't know how to respond. He needs his chat to fuel him. If they can give him an opinion that he might see as extreme left enough, he'll say it. Otherwise, he'll disagree with you and then he'll put you on blast for it. For not being left enough. He's a purity tester, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
I agree.
Confident in
I think
myself.
That's a little weak of Hassan to not be willing to take it head on. However, I can understand, again, just it's so personal with this being somebody who's a longtime friend of yours. I foresee you getting pretty heated, and sometimes when you get heated, you say things you regret.
Well, before we get anything else from Ethan Klein, perhaps we should get something from Hassan Piker. Because undoubtedly in this video, where he does feature, there are some nuggets of wisdom scattered all about. Because the man is full of energy and expression, and he's got so much going on. Honestly, nothing more entertaining than listening to him talk.
I'm not going to do a react content yet, chat.
Ethan wasn't done. Now, there are other clips I want to show you in a bit. Obviously there are. He has a little thing about Frogan as well, and it's worth mentioning Frogan because, well, her relevancy is dwindling, everyone, and she's worried. But we'll get to that after his rant.
Ethan, wake up.
Oh my God. Frogan,
Let's
what a
go.
nightmare. Talk about a jump scare. This man willingly got in a room with Frogan to make a video about how I can't. Bro, I can't. How is this real? This is like, am I dreaming?
See? They told you to wake up.
I think I do need to wake up. This is surreal.
It's because there's a recession here, Ethan. In case you weren't aware, at time of recording, because I have to go to Norwich on Friday, so I'm doing this on the Thursday, the 17th. At time of recording, the video has been out for 18 hours and has 2.5 million views, 166,000 downvotes, 204,000 upvotes. If we go to his channel and look at his more recent videos, the last one was from 3 weeks ago, has 482,000 views. Before that, an announcement about Creator Clash, 228. His viewership for videos went down so much from the millions he got for every upload down to, well, this. But let's face it here, he needed this content cop. And he can't deny, a series like this, he needs it. It's his bread and butter. It's his Mad Lad. It is the thing he created that he can guarantee get views on. And he did. Nowhere near the level so far of what he used to get, but at the same time, this has been several years removed from the last one that basically destroyed Rice Gum.
Idubbzz was literally like co-signed Frogan, the girl who said, I hope veterans get PTSD.
Wake up.
The girl who put on a racial tier list.
If anyone wants a jolly good chuckle, this is something recently said by Frogan anyway, about relevancy.
It's like, you see those people at the top. I don't know if I believe in karma. You know what I mean? And I'm like, if I had to lose my career over this bullshit, at least I can say I was consistent in my views.
I promise you, in the grand scheme of things, no one cares about your moral compass. Although if you think this is where your moral compass resides, you might be skewed from the offset and deserving of the future you bring upon yourself. The term get woke, go broke seems appropriate, but to be fair, those who fall within this get woke category are typically morally bankrupt anyway. Back to the main subject at hand though. Perhaps I should play something from the content cop, hopefully I don't get copyright claimed, that cringed me out just enough that I felt it right to share it with all of you as well.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hassan broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement. I've finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's content nuke.
Yes, we're about to hear some amazing truth bombs from Hassan, and his emotional range is really going to shine through here.
And I'm not going to call it context puke as I normally do, because the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically.
Oh, the temptation to leave it at that. Honestly. But that's not the cringy part, guys. No, the cringy part is what happens about 10 seconds later. And I'm skipping to that because I don't think we need to hear him with his sarcasm. It doesn't work as well. It doesn't work as well because so much of it can be believed to be true. It's not even reductio ad absurdum with some of the crap that came out of his mouth last year during election season. Like, seriously, out of touch much. Here's the cringy thing, though. Do enjoy. We've got some cameos from Denims and Frogan. It's amazeballs, everyone.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Wake up.
Ethan, wake up.
Are we allowed to say that's cringe? Are we allowed to do that? Because I remember the old content cops, and my sense of humour hasn't really changed that much. I still think of them as quite funny. This didn't resonate with my sense of humour, so maybe I'm interpreting it wrong. Maybe I'm incorrect on this. So what we should do is have a look at responses from, let's say, more notable, name-worthy streamers. We'll start with Loghow Live, and then go to XQC.
Dude, Ethan Klein, and more than Ethan Klein, the H3H3 podcast because I'm talking about the employees like Starkilla and his wife, and just all these, that entire show has been supporting and platforming and getting behind Creator Clash, Idubbzz and Anissa for years, and everybody knows it. So I actually see where Ethan's coming from.
For the most part, Ethan has blindly given Idubbzz support, because that's what friends do. They will behind the scenes, sometimes publicly, call you out on your mistakes, right? But when it came to things like Creator Clash being a massive financial failure, Ethan was there. You owe Eth massively. But I guess when you've, had too much of that Kool-Aid, I guess it's not poison if enough of you have it, am I right, folks? You're willing to say and do the dumbest of things, but that's not for me to decide whether the content cop is bad or not. Again, I wasn't very comfortable with it, but many people, 200,000 at the very least, enjoyed it. I'm on the other side. Continuing with Keeper.
Here I am, fighting against these terrorist supporters of Twitch, all right? And you and your wife can't say a single thing to defend us? A single thing. I understand where Ethan Klein and Healer are coming from.
Me too.
And if I'm Idubbzz and you think they're overreacting, sure, whatever. But when you go and make a content cop in response, then it seems like Hila Klein and Ethan Klein were 100% validated in that opinion that you were not a friend.
I couldn't agree more. I know Keemstar's right. We can't be saying such things on this platform. How dare us? But if you're right, you're right. There's a clip going around of Destiny with a take that is also correct. But I don't want to play it here because it's Destiny. But Destiny is still correct. I'll play a clip of XQC though. I might have one of Asmongold as well. We'll see.
Dude, I don't even know what to say, bro. But I don't know, he's probably like watching people's reactions or whatever and stuff like that, and probably you guys, I really didn't want to be harsh on the video off the rip. I didn't want to be harsh. So dislikes, I still give it a shot, okay? And this was like the most nothing burger of all time.
At least he's not holding back, because many people have, but the majority on places like Twitter or X have not. The opinion, the resounding, the massive opinion consensus is this video is content flop. It is all about that recession. It is a nothing with nothing in it beyond everyone that doesn't like Ethan just adding 10 cents of nothing to a video that will make nothing because it will undoubtedly have been demonetized. So really, what was the point?
I wish that he kind of spent the time with the video and halfway through went like, dude, I gotta be honest with you. I was gonna do a kind of nuke, like this cannot be a nuke, and just kind of stopped. I watched, and it didn't really give me the content nuke vibe, content cop vibe of the old days. This was more like a content slap.
There was one more clip I wanted to show you, and that was the response to basically all of Ethan Klein's enemies featuring in this video. Because that to me was like a nail in the coffin for any friendship with Idubbzz. Unless he actually said sorry and made a massive change in his life, he can get used to the idea of whatever this existence he has is, and living off his wife's only Fupa Fibro failed adult film actor account.
Actually unreal.
Pretty wild.
And it's just so pathetic too. Like, talk about a bandwagon. Like, bro, this is the edgy, cool content you're trying to make a play to like warm up to. By the way, Idubbzz, Lena's having a panic attack because why would you do this and not even tell her? Like, why would you invite someone on the show and do this? It's just mean-spirited. I can't. I'm genuinely in disbelief.
I recommend everyone that has not seen Content Cop H3 to go and watch it. It is an hour long. If you have an hour in your day, great. If you want to speed it up, go nuts. People like Hassan speak quite slowly anyway, so speeding them up like myself is always beneficial. My opinion of the video is that it is not as good as the predecessors by a long stretch. This one feels influenced by a political landscape that Ian is not as knowledgeable on. Whether that means allowing others to dictate terms or not, I don't understand. To take a friend like Ethan has been to Ian for so long and stab him in the back feels like the biggest kick in the teeth. There were moments in the video where lucidity seemed to be there, but then it was taken over by just an excuse to be an absolute knob. It wasn't very well thought out or put together. The previous ones always fell into that theme as well, but it always seemed to work because of the style of comedy that it was trying to portray. That attempt of that style of comedy with a more leftist interpretation, or a window of acceptable comedy being greatly diminished, does harm this video's potential. Again though, at the same time, you're doing it on somebody that has been your friend for so long, and it just feels disingenuous and like an intentional personal attack for the sake of personally attacking a friend. A former friend. Why? Because they didn't pick up the phone? Yes, I'm well aware about that as well. You were silent when it mattered, Ian. You were silent when it mattered to him, so understandably he and his wife, so Ethan and Hila, because I'll use their sodding names, not relegate them to titles, like you and your guests. They deserved your support, and you and your wife chose not to. You've had your, well, cake and eaten it, and gone for the communist meal instead of an empty sodding plate. I don't know if there's a path back for you after this, where you could be considered respectable or respected ever again. Is Creator Clash 3 still happening, or has it already happened? If it hasn't happened, I hope it fails. If it hasn't happened yet... Hang on, wait, did I just say that? If it hasn't happened, I hope it fails. If it has happened, I hope it failed. Congratulations. Maybe you could take up Misfits sometime. As with everything we discuss here on this channel, I would love to know what you all think. Please do let me know in the comments down below.
I am genuinely in disbelief. And by the way, I know all the criticism that all these people level against me, and there's no shot that this video holds any water. I'll watch the whole thing. I don't give a
I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil. I'm like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like, if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.